Today we are back with another almost $200 Lego Technic set. This one comes from 2019. It is the Porsche 911 RSR. Hello and welcome to another episode of Bricks and Toys. Today is another Technic build that I am super excited for. I think after this Technic build, there isn't too many more to do. I mean, I think that there's a $50 Camaro, there's a $500 Lambo, a $500 Ferrari, and I think there's one somewhere in between that I'm missing, but I'm kind of going in the Pokemon direction with Technic. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of getting to be fun and kind of relaxing now. If you've been a long watcher of the channel, you would know that Technic really makes my blood boil, but even more so when I'm in like a deadline. On our last build, we did the McLaren F1 2022 race car, and with that build, I actually was in a super tight deadline to get it done in one day, and surprisingly enough, no blood was boiling. So Technic is going really, really well, and you know, I really love to do Technic because you guys actually love to watch these videos. I just find it really fun that every time I drop a Technic video, you guys are just blowing it up. So if I'm having fun, you guys are watching the videos, I say let's just keep doing it, and we're back with another one today. Now this one is the Porsche 911 RSR, set number 42096, coming in at 1,580 pieces. Now this set does retail for $180 US. It does have a price per piece of about 11.4 cents, and it did come out in 2019, so this one is one of the ones that is rumored to be on that chopping block. Its time is coming. The Grim Reaper is calling. So I figured before that chopping block comes down, we better get it, and we better get it built, because like I said, I'm trying to Pokemon this shit and collect them all. So this was one of the ones. Now the only thing that makes this one just a little tiny tough on me is this was a Christmas present to my brother last Christmas. We thought about getting together and getting it built. We were going to do it while he was here on Christmas, but then he decided to go home, and he lives 10 hours away from me, so we just could never get a schedule to get it done. And I honestly think if we actually ever were to get his built, he wouldn't really want to display it because he doesn't really like having Lego sets around his house, let alone anything really. He's kind of a really simplistic nature type of person. So for me, this build's a little off because I really should be building this with him, but instead I'm here building my own copy for you guys on the channel, which is perfectly fine. It's just there's an opportunity to spend time with my older brother that isn't being done. But the good thing is I have built Technic sets for friends and family that I have in my collection as well, so I have no problem double dipping and doing it again. So hey, if he ever wants to get it done, we'll get it done. So with that, let's take a look at the box and let's start getting this thing put up on the board, and then we'll look at its packaging and go from there. So for this being a 2019 set, my expectations are not too high. Lego has came a long way in the last year or 2 years, I would have to say. Honestly, this year of Lego has just been incredible. I cannot wait to see where Lego continues to grow. But you can really see the difference of their packaging throughout time. And 2019 was one of those years where they started making the changes, but not a lot. But they did do a really good job. I really feel like the car really is bloated on the box. The racetrack behind the car don't look quite right, and the way that it comes into the lettering, so that could have been done better, but overall it does look really nice. I am really enjoying the back picture. I think they did a good job on that. But, you know, overall, if it just didn't look so bloated on the front of the box, I think I would give it a perfect 10. But unfortunately, it's really bloated looking. And if I saw this in the store, I might just walk by because the marketing makes it look really, like I said, bloated. So with that picky score, we're going to put on an 8. And we're going to use red because red seems like a good Porsche color. Even though red is for Ferrari. There we go. 8. I don't know why the dang pen wasn't working. Oh, we got to put the name on the board still. I just put 911. We don't need to put the racing on there. Porsche 911. So now let's cut open this box and let's see what we have in terms of the build. So we do have 2 pieces of tape on this box. Usually with Technic sets, it's a punch top. I think with these higher end sets that are over $150, $80, like this one, they use tape. It's kind of weird. I think with actual Lego, anything over 100 is tape. Anything under is punch box. But I'm really all about the details. I notice all of that kind of stuff. So overall, it had a pretty straightforward pour. We do have a plastic bag with the stickers and the instruction booklet. I'm going to say probably about 4 building steps. That's normal for these 1400, 1500 range piece sets. So this is interesting. There is no numbers on the bags. What in the hell? That's interesting too. That's a copyright from 2021, but yet the set's a 2019. So obviously they updated the packaging. This is a newer production. But there's no numbers on these bags, guys. Am I going to be up Schitt's Creek here with this? This might be a bit of a project. Maybe it's a good thing my brother and I never did this. Because this would be chaos to do while we're on a time frame of visiting each other. The tires look really like low profile. I don't think I've ever actually worked with tires like this before. So let's get this book open. I'm really curious to see where this is all going. Yeah, you got that nice 2019 smell of ink. Even though the set's printed after the fact. We have a total of about 52 stickers, and I don't see any doubles to make it look more than 52. So 52, which is about normal. The McLaren F1 was about 53. So let's see here. What in the hell, guys? I've never seen this before. It just goes straight into the build. No bag one, it just instructions. Wow. That's kind of got me a little ticked off. I mean, I am shooting this video a little bit ahead of schedule because I got family that could be coming into town if weather permits and everything. So, I've not said in a long time this much in a video, but oh shit, guys. Oh man. This is going to be a commitment. So it looks like I might need to make some space, sort out my parts, and go about the build that way. Because there's clearly no numbered bags. It's just get her done. So you guys already know that I'm going to light this thing on fire for this, and I'm going to give this a straight up 4. Like, I'm completely not too happy about this development. So that's as far as we can go for the intro of the video. You guys already know what's going to happen after this. Well, besides a big ass headache, that's what's going to happen after this. But for you guys, it's going to be a time lapse. I'm going to have the headache, not you. So just to clear that up. So with that one, enjoy the time lapse. So now it's time to review the Porsche 911 RSR. And, you know, just to get things started, let's just expect a normal Technic set, and I'll point out the things that I find really special as I show you the details of the car. Now, like what we said in the beginning of this video, there is 53 stickers for this entire build, which is to be expected with these race car Technic-like builds. Another fun factor is there was no numbered bags. So this took me probably about 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 more hours than normal to get it built. But nonetheless, I got it built within an 8-hour day. So we got it done. So let's just start off with the front of the vehicle. So here we are at the front of the vehicle. And I want to say that I really like the headlights. The headlights stand out like right off the top. I do believe that they are made of some Lego component that belongs to maybe an aircraft of some sort, because, you know, it's like a cockpit. But the thing that I really like is the individual lenses inside of the headlight, capturing that projector style light that Porsche has. So I found that really cool. Here we do have 2 of the sticker elements right there on the hood, with 3 more right across. Now, the bottom lip here is made of some sort of gear element that I've used on an Indiana Jones set, but it makes this really nice lower spoiler. There is 2 more stickers right there on either side. Moving to the side of the build, we have a lot of tube usage. We have a rubber pipe tube right here in the hood on both sides. We also have one here and one over here to make all of these contours. I'm guessing is why they did this. We actually have 2 that connect on each side right here, and we have another one right there. I have never seen that done so many times. We also have really thick, stocky mirrors. Each mirror has 2 sticker elements. On each fender, it is printed as you see it. It's kind of weird that they would print the fender and nothing else. But I guess whatever to save, they will save. On the door, we do have 2 big sticker elements on the door, as well as the inner piece right there and above that. Again, on the back rear, it is printed. And then we have 2 more sticker elements right there. And 1 more there. So that's all the sticker elements on the side. It is the same on the other side. And one thing I did want to note is it is really unique that they did put these little center caps on the wheels. I find that really cool. Things like that I don't see with the newer sets, but maybe it's just because the design of the car doesn't require it. The door does open up nicely. And if I can get you in there, you can see there is some like computer wiring and stuff for the ECUs on board right there on the floor. Not exactly sure. And while I have the car turned over, it looks like we do have a window support right there with another sticker element for the top of the window. We have 4 sticker elements, even though one has absolutely no graphic on it. This resembles the roof hatch and some other things right there. 2 more sticker elements right here, making the back vent panel for the engine. We have another sticker element right there that says Porsche, and we have another sticker element right there. And one really cool thing is you can lift up the rear hood. And I'm going to have to take you off the tripod to show you the engine, so we'll just keep going onto the rear. Onto the rear, we have some really nice translucent elements to make up the tail lights. One thing that's new to me with this set is these annoying little pipe elements. There's a couple in the front and a couple in the back. And these things are biatch to get on. But once they're on, they, again, like with the tube elements around the roof, they show an extra amount of curvature for the car. We have sticker elements underneath where it says Porsche right here. We have the Porsche RSR, Porsche design on the rear, and 3 more sticker elements making that rear air spoiler. We've already looked over the other side of the car, but just give you guys a quick second onto this side and open up the door. We can see the one driver's seat. There is no passenger seat. It does have steering, which is to be expected. On the inside, I'll pull you guys in to see the dash panel. This car kind of has a dash, and it's kind of cool to look at. Going to the underside of the car, we have the bottom of that air spoiler. We have some really weird Lego built pieces right there, and we have all these Technic components literally just making up the huge chassis of this set. There is a lot of weird techniques with this set that I've never seen before, and I think that's one thing that's really cool about going back in time and building an older Lego set. We do have suspension, which is really nice, but it's set up in the traditional way and nothing special like the F1 car. So let's pull you guys in and we'll give a look at that interior, and we'll also get a better look at that engine. So now that I got you guys in here on the engine, let me see if I can get you guys at a good angle here. I want to show you guys that it is a Boxster 6-cylinder engine, mid-engine, just like in a normal Porsche, and it does move when you move the car. That is really unique. And the interior of this thing looks like that. There is no instrument cluster, but there is a sticker on the steering wheel. It's a really tight space. It's really hard to get in there. My camera does not want to focus. And that is the other side of that interior with that weird piping element and those floor components if you didn't see it before. So that is the car overall. Now let's go and wrap up this video. So now we're back for the wrap up of this video, and I kind of have a little bit to talk about, but first let's actually dive into the board, and we'll go over the points that I can bring up through talking about the board, kind of a two birds, one stone type of lick. And then I'll tell you about how we went over this build, how we got it done, and what does the leftover parts look like, and whatever else I could think of. So the first thing on the board that's next is build quality. So the build quality overall is actually pretty good within the set. It is normal Technic stuff, but nothing too explosive and nothing too complicated. The only thing that kind of pissed me off was trying to get those weird pipe pieces, those flexible tubing pieces for the back bumper and the front bumper to actually fit in. But besides that, it was all gravy. So I'm going to give the build quality an 8. Part usage. Now I'm going to give the part usage a 9. And the reason I want to do that is because there was some really interesting techniques on how they put this together. I have now built, since June, when I did my first $200 Lego build, or Lego Technic car, to be exact, I did the Ferrari GTE. Then I went and did the Peugeot. Just recently, I did the Formula 1, and now I have done this one. And the one really unique thing that I noticed about doing this one is that the way that it goes together is very unique. It's still pretty standard Technic stuff, but I feel like that there was some little things that's hard to explain that they did to make things work. And I really want to note that. And also, they did put in a lot more Lego element in this one than I've seen in those other prior ones I just mentioned. So that was a 9. The car has suspension. The car has steering. The car has its Boxster motor where the pistons go up and down when you roll it. Overall, it's got a lot of stickers inside to illustrate things with the race car. So for playability, we're going to give it another 8 because I feel like you can play with it. And like I said before, Technic is one of those things you can just throw off the shelf, and I bet you it'll pretty much stay in one piece. So kids could play with it. Minifig is like usual, it's a 0, but we kind of null that out now with the scoring. Availability, I think it's still for sale on Lego.com. I think some other sellers might have it. I'm going to give the availability a 10 because I don't see you having any problem going to picking this set up for its $170 price. So availability is a 10. And one thing I did want to say about the availability is this car is going on 4 years in production. So 2023 is likely its last year. So it's a good thing that we got it now and we got it done. The price for 180, I'm gonna give it a 9 because we can never be happy with price, but yet all these cars that are in this realm are priced between the $170 and $200 price tag. And fun. Is the car fun? I'm going to give it a 7. Because even though I really enjoyed the build and I got through it, not having the numbered bags kind of made it a pain in the ass. But overall, I think it looks really fun. The whole purpose of me doing this build is to put it with the GTE, with the F1, and the Peugeot, and just start getting a really nice fat collection of these higher end Technic cars. Like I said, guys, one day I do want to do the Lambo and the Ferrari, but that $500 price tag for each is just not in my realm. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and let's add up these numbers and see what this set scores in total. So one thing I wanted to note really quick is we're at a 63, but I made a big mistake. I actually forgot to do the ease of display. And like with all of these Technic cars, they're made to be displayed, and that's a 10. So that brings us up to a 73, but with that being nulled, it's technically an 83. So I give this set a score of 83. And that's pretty much how I feel about it. I've always kind of wanted to do this set, but not really. But now that I have the ones that I have, I kind of feel like I have to have this one. And I'm also kind of hoping by buying this and doing this build, I can maybe encourage my brother to finally maybe pull his out of the box now that he knows what it's going to entail, and maybe he'll build his. So 83 is where it stands. I do recommend this set. Now, in the beginning of this video, you guys heard me say there's no numbered bags. Of course, you veteran Technic people out there, y'all already knew that. But for me, being a newbie, my dumbass didn't know that. So how did I get through this build? Well, let me tell you how I got through this build. I have these leftover containers from when I did my Lego bulk, and I sorted out my Lego bulk. I put one of every small baggie in these that hold 3 a piece. And then I put every big baggie in one of these. And that allowed me to very easily find all of the parts. And it was pretty much just a matter of playing an old school 90s elementary school game of memory. You remember the game where you lay a bunch of cards upside down and you turn them over one at a time and hopefully you can find a match? And you have to remember where the card was when that turns over, and then hopefully when you find the card again, you can remember where it was. That's what building this was like. Leftover pieces, we're left with, a good amount of leftover pieces, but looking at it, I can count on the 6 remaining friction pins to be normal and all the stuff that's in here. My biggest fear with these sets that don't have numbered bags, so like when I get a used modular building and other things and I have to build it off the counter without the OG numbered bags, is what the hell do I do if I have, say, a 13 Technic beam left over? Because guess what, guys, it happened on this. I had a big beam left over. And I was like, oh shit. I'm done with the build. I'm ready to put the tires and the center caps on, but I still have this one thing. I'm not gonna fold. I'm gonna find out where it went. Luckily, it was part of the lower air spoiler in the rear. 2 friction pins, it popped on. End of the case. But that's why I like the numbered bags. So in case you guys are like, oh my god, he's being this way about numbered bags. Well, you know what, guys? That's why I like them. It's control. It's, you were here, and you know you should have one of each of these leftover pieces, that's normal. But when you do a whole smear, like you had to do with this, and like what we do with the used modular buildings and other sets, you have those pieces left over, and you're just kind of like, and then you got to go through the whole book and try to find it. Where with the numbered bags and the numbered steps, you just got to go through that one section and find your mistake and fix it. It's basically finding your mistake within 50 pages versus 300. Simple as that. So that's pretty much all I have really left to say about this. It's an awesome build, guys. If you haven't done it yet in the 4 years that it exists, the clock is winding down. I'm surprised it's even still out at this point. And you do get the 20 cents for registering the booklet with this set, because it has the QR code. Maybe that'll make you buy it. Who knows? I know I just scanned all my QR codes with the new Insiders program, and I made $20 in points today with all of my books. So that was pretty cool. So guys, I really have nothing else to add to this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I really hope that if you guys are considering this, now you can have some direction. And like I said, hopefully now if my brother watches this video, he might want to pull his out and get his built. So with that, comment down below. What's your thoughts? What's your feelings? As usual, I love to hear from you guys. I always try to respond. Right now, we're trying to get through to our 400 subscribers. So like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching, and I really hope you all have a really great rest of your day.